keep us screw facing. Look at all the fans are making DJ TV. We kinda like a big deal.
DJ TV, we back. DM Cool, J Cream, y'all know what it is. J Cream, start us off, man.
Man, my man DM Cool was talking about, you know, you have to uplift yourself, you know, don't try and fall into that stereotype, man, like...
Okay, you know what? I want to get to something real quick right now, real quick.
Finish it up.
Alright, so you know... okay, you know what? Yo, I'm going to talk about the word nigga, alright? I'm going to talk about the word nigga. And we've all heard this before.
Please.
Briefly, alright? Now, we've all heard it before, yeah, it's a bad word, it's racial undertone. The most hurtful word in the English dictionary. I mean, I'm not gonna preach to you about it, okay?
Please don't.
I'm not gonna preach because you've heard it all from Jesse and all those other dudes, alright? But I will say this. I remember a while ago, I think it was like 2 years back, they're saying how, oh, we want to have a funeral on the word nigger.
Dumbest shit I heard in my life.
No, hold on, let me finish. We want to have a funeral on the word nigger so that no one will ever say it again, okay? Now, yeah, people, there's so many people that are like, okay, yeah, you know, we're gonna stop saying it. We're gonna say, even Paul Mooney, the biggest nigger dropper that there is on TV, is saying how he's gonna drop the word nigger from his vocabulary. Guy, that word made your career, all right? Now, all I'm saying is, you cannot kill off a word if the actions of it still continue. You know what I mean? That's like saying, oh, we're gonna kill violence all across the world, yet violence still happens everywhere, whether it's physical or mental violence. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, you can't kill a word if the actions of it still continue, alright? You can tell people don't act like a nigga or don't be a nigga because you're not one. But you can't say, oh, this word is dead. Like wait, you're gonna fine people for saying the word nigga? Oh, you said the word nigga. That's a $35, that's like a $50,000 fine. Like, you can't be doing that. For those
who don't know, man, like, okay, the word started off, you know, the whole slavery. Okay, we know that shit.
They already know that. They already know that.
Basically, when my man says act like a nigga, he means like, in today's world, like... okay, sorry about a little DJ TV joke. Okay, don't say it. Okay. In today's world, man, like, the word has progressed to a point where it's kind of like... the word nigga has its own entity, okay? The word nigger means that you act like a stereotype. You act like what people expect you to be like. You act like whatever's is on TV. So if you forcefully act like a black stereotype, you're becoming a nigger. Nas said it best. You make you a nigger. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, you know, that's what it is. All right. Now, like, if you choose to go against that, you know, get your education, you know, further yourself, you know, uplift yourself, then whatever. But if you choose to just stay on the block, don't do shit. Now, when we say this, we're not saying like, we're trying to say everyone in the hood is a nigga. And every suburban black person, that's not what we're trying to say. We're trying to say if you live in the suburbs and you're trying to act like you're a thug and you're trying to go on like you have a hard life, why are you trying to be a nigga for? Like, you're acting like a nigga, you know? If you live in the hood, but you're trying to uplift yourself, you're going to school, you're trying to better yourself, then, you know, you're a black man, you know what I mean? But like, if you're living in the hood and like, you just staying on welfare, you ain't doing shit, you ain't even trying to get a job, you're just sitting there laying on it, then what the fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck on. Like, you know, man, it's a touchy word, you know what I mean? And like, I use it, to be honest, you use it, Breezy, we all use it, okay? Once in a while. Now, I don't say nigga around nobody that's not black. I guess I kind of say it as a form of brotherhood, you know, like, what up, my nigga, whatever, you know? But I make sure I don't say it around white people for one reason. Because when you do, they start to say it. Right. And then they think it's okay. You want to hit that?
Yeah, let me hit that, all right? Okay, now, here's a funny thing, all right? Some white people say, oh, if you don't want other white people saying nigga, then you, as a black man, shouldn't say the word at all. In some ways, okay, that's true. But at the same time, why does a white person or any person that isn't black have such an urge to say the word for it in the first place? That doesn't make you any better than the black man that's saying that in the first place, all right?
Hip hop songs.
Okay, yeah, you're hearing hip hop songs, but that doesn't mean, okay, if you have an urge to say the word nigga, there may be something a little wrong with you in your head, all right? But overall, you should not be judgmental of a black man that says the word and then at the same time ask or say, oh, if you don't want us saying the word, then you should say the word in front of us. Like, he probably, okay, I'm not sure what scenario it could have been, but either way, you shouldn't have a reason to have such an urge to say the word. Like when I hear white people say, oh, why can't we say the word? That's not fair. I don't want to say the word. Why do you have such an urge to say it in the first place? Like you're not going to win like $1,000 cash prize if you say the word nigga. I mean, it doesn't work like that. Alright? So, like, I don't know where some white people get off by saying something as ignorant as that sounds.
And then they try to say how black comedians, they say racial slurs about white people in their like, you know, their
routine.
Their routines. They do. But, you know, I don't say it. I don't think anybody should say a racial slur to anybody who is not the same race as them. Basically. I don't want to go up to a white person and call him whatever their racial slurs are. And I don't expect them to do that shit to me. You know what I mean?
Alright, but there's like no meaning to it, you know?
There's no emphasis on it.
There's no
I don't
emphasis
expect
on it
them to
at
do
all.
that shit to me. You know what I mean? Like,
but at the same time, you have to think of the circumstances, because when the word nigga was being said back in like the slavery times, they were using it in such an oppressive manner because we were being enslaved at that time. People were being beaten to death, lynched and whatnot, and they're using that word at the same time. So all those actions were giving that word power. But when a colored person calls a white person a honky or a cracker, like, we weren't impressing them in any kind of way.
Unless you are Portuguese and you are trying to describe the color black, I don't know how you say it straight. What do you mean? That's what it is, man. Niggas black and Portuguese.
Okay.
Unless that, I don't know how you say it.
Alright, whatever.
I don't know how you say it, yo. But that's it, yo. Man, what else can we hit after we end this, man? I ain't want to end this right now, to be honest. Man, you know what, man? It's an 8-part series. We want you guys to talk about the shit that you went through, the disadvantage you went through, the things that you hate. This is a racial topic. Everybody has their own shit that they want to say about race, you know? And we're going to bring it up, you know what I mean? Like, I hate it when white people come to me and they're like, yo, why do black people do this? Or why do black people do this?
Why is your hair like that?
No. Or black people are always bitching, but yet they have all this. Or black people are always doing this. Or black people are always doing this. Or da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what, like Tupac said, I can't talk for what every black man does. I can only sponsor for what I do. Alright? Now, you know, I'm not trying to say every black man has a hard life, but there's things in the North American society when you're black that you have to go through. Like, I'm sure if you're not black, when you walk out of a house, you don't got a fear of being stopped by the cops and getting your ass kicked. Like, I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah.
We do. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. You know what? We're going to cut it from now. Be right back. You already know what it is. DJ TV 2.0.